Mr. Phelps. It's recently come to our attention that Mr. Sensible challenged Level Earth Observer to a debate, and in return he offered £100. Additionally, other members of the community made pledges totalling £2,500. Well, Level Earth Observer has responded with 3 challenges. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to aid Mr. Sensible, provide data, provide information, give him any assistance that he requires in order to meet these 3 challenges. Should you unfortunately be caught or killed, the Secretary would disavow any knowledge of you. This tape will destruct in 5 seconds.
Hello. Recently I challenged Adam, Level Earth Observer, to a debate. It should be easy for him to win because after all he says he has demonstrable reality on his side. To sweeten the deal, I offered £100 to a registered charity of his choice if he went in and debated me. Additionally, other members of the community, fine members, stepped up to the plate and made additional pledges. So Adam, if you debate me on a neutral, moderated channel, you will now earn £2,500 approximately for the favourite registered charity of your choice. Adam issued a response video recently, which we're going to have a quick look at now, with 3 challenges to me before he'll agree to any sort of debate. So let's see how we can do.
Roll VT.
Now, as you can imagine, I'm constantly getting called out for debates by triggered individuals, which is hilarious really, given the fact that I stand by the things that are demonstrably true, tested and verified by every single person on Earth, and of course the results of which prove the globe is impossible.
Well, there you are then, Adam. Why not just have the debate then? Because it doesn't matter, win or lose, you would still earn that £2,500 for charity, and now you're not even going to be embarrassed, are you? Because you've got demonstrable reality on your side. Win-win for you, as far as I can see.
So to call someone out like myself is to literally claim that reality is wrong.
No, Adam, I'm calling you out because I claim that you are wrong.
So clearly you're dealing with people who have mental health issues, which is why I don't take these people seriously. To entertain these people would be like trying to have a deep, meaningful conversation with a drunk at the end of the bar. It's just not going to happen. But I'll give you chaps the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, thanks, mate. That's really nice. Did you hear that? Isn't that kind of him?
For me to take you seriously, to consider you as somehow someone who stands on stable ground, mentally and physically,
Yes.
you need to prove some demonstrable science, and we'll analyse it in a future video.
Adam, that's not quite how it works. I challenge you to a debate. Either you accept that challenge or you refuse it, showing that you're yellow. You've come up with these challenges and I'm going to address them to humour you, to show you that I do have evidence.
So it's called the Big Three.
Then shalt thou count to 3. No more, no less.
You need to provide 3 scientific demonstrations
3 shall be the number thou shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 3.
that would prove to me that I could take you seriously, that there is a debate, that you're not a foolish, retarded, narcissistic, reality-denying clown. So now's your chance to prove you're not. So you need to provide 3 scientific demonstrations.
4 shalt thou not count, neither count thou 2, excepting that thou then proceed to 3.
1 is to provide a demonstration of a vacuum next to an air pressure system without solid separation.
Okay, vacuum next to an air pressure system without solid separation. Got that?
2, provide me a scientific demonstration of a pendulum that has to be over 2 meters tall and is travelling, but the pendulum is dead still.
Okay, a pendulum travelling along and remaining dead still.
And 3, A scientific demonstration of a large standing body of water displaying convexity upon its surface.
And 3. A standing body of water with convexity on its surface. Great.
3 scientific demonstrations. Cite those in the pinned comment of this video. I'll analyse it in a future video and we'll see if there's a debate or not based on your own science.
I'm afraid I can see 2 problems with that, Adam. Firstly, anyone who comments and provides evidence is blocked and the comments are deleted. Secondly, any comments that are made providing evidence get removed and then the author gets blocked. Now I realise that's actually the same problem, but it's such a biggie I thought it was worth mentioning twice.
Now you're just going to expose yourself regardless of what you do. You should have kept your mouth quiet, boys. The pinned comment is going to show every globie on Earth how absurd your science is and how retarded the representatives online who represent the globe who think there's a debate are. Tick tock, lads.
Before I tackle these challenges, massive thanks to my members, patrons, subscribers and indeed everyone who visits and comments on this channel. I want to give massive thanks to all of my supporting members and patrons. Thank you all so very much. Right, I'm going to start with your second challenge, Adam, first, which is the pendulum challenge. We all know, Adam, why you keep banging on about pendulums. It's because you don't get that conservation of momentum is a thing. So here we are on Concorde, travelling at 1,000 miles per hour. That glass of champagne is as steady as a rock. Now, if they actually had allowed 2-metre tall pendulums on there, you'd have found that the pendulum would also be as steady as a rock. Don't like that one then, because it's not a pendulum. Okay, I'll come back and have another shot at that one. Meanwhile, what about the standing body of water, showing convexity on its surface? Yeah, I'll have a go at that. Here are some lovely shots of ships. You can't see the bottom of those ships. Why could that be, Adam? It's because the large standing body of water, the ocean, is displaying convexity on its surface. Or how about this, Adam? This is the University of Southampton's tow tank at the Boulderwood Innovation Campus, 138 metres long. You can see those rails down each side. They have to be exactly the same height above the surface of the water along the entire length. And they are, and they were adjusted to allow for curvature of the Earth, a curvature that resulted in a sagitta, that's a bulge to you, of 0.6 millimetres, halfway along. Job done. Well, that's your standing water with curvature. Let's have another crack at your pendulum challenge. Here's Wolfie 6020 demonstrating a stationary pendulum while in an aircraft travelling at speed. I think that proves your point, doesn't it, Leo? That pendulum is quite happy to sit there perfectly still while that aircraft is rushing along at several hundred miles per hour. Oh, you don't like that one either? Okay, I'll have a further think about that and tackle it again in a minute. Meanwhile, what about gas at pressure next to a vacuum? Yeah, let's do that one.
Go Mage!
Well, that was me launching MAGE, Mission Above Globe Earth. The idea was to send up a high altitude weather balloon as high as we could in order to take photographs to see if the Earth is curved or flat. Now, obviously, at the start there, I can breathe because there is pressure. In fact, according to the readings, about 100,000 pascals of pressure. So let's see what happens. I'll speed it up a little. So what is vacuum, Adam? Vacuum, space in which there is no matter or in which the pressure is so low that any particles in the space do not affect any processes being carried on there. It is a condition well below normal atmospheric pressure and is measured in units of pressure, the Pascal. What you and the other flirts don't seem to get is it isn't an either or. It isn't pressure or vacuum. Vacuum comes in ranges. Down here at ground level, atmospheric pressure, 101,000 pascals, approximately 760 torr, that's atmospheric pressure. As soon as you go up and the pressure drops, you are in vacuum, low vacuum, also known as rough vacuum. Continuing up in height and the pressure dropping, you go through medium vacuum, high vacuum, ultra high vacuum, extremely high vacuum, and then outer space. So Adam, Mage on its journey travelled from an area with over 100,000 pascals of pressure to an area where there was only 265 pascals. That's 0.3%. 99.7% of the atmospheric pressure was gone. That is a very good vacuum. Funnily enough, during the entire trip up there, Mage didn't encounter any form of container. I think I've met your challenge number 1. Pressure next to a vacuum. But don't just take my word for it, Adam. I wonder what Mr. Felix Baumgartner has to say. After all, his Red Bull jump was only 233 metres higher than Mage. I wonder what he saw when he was up there.
Yeah. When I step off, but then I could see the curvature of the earth. The sky was totally black, and I was so overwhelmed by it. When I step off, but then I could see the curvature of the earth. I could see the curvature of the earth. I could see the curvature of the earth.
I could see the curvature of the earth.
Well, Adam, that's 2 for 2, I'm afraid. I've shown you standing water with curvature on the surface, and I've shown you gas at pressure next to a vacuum without any sort of container or barrier in between. That just leaves the pendulum. So it's got to be longer than 2 metres long, and it's got to be travelling. I think I'm going to have to resort to the ultimate, the one thing that isn't pantomime, the one thing that is demonstrable reality, the one thing that isn't totally ridiculous. It has to be
a crane.
Well, look at this lovely big crane, Adam. Oh, it could be Big Red too, couldn't it? And as we can see, it's on wheels because it can travel as it's carrying a load. So here we are early in the morning, slowly picking up a load. Then in a moment, it's going to start turning and travelling along. Now that load is on the end of wire ropes. It's a pendulum, and I've got the feeling that that pendulum is just a bit longer than 2 metres. And yet it's not swinging around wildly all over the place, is it, me old China? I think that this meets your other challenge. A 2 metre long pendulum, steady while travelling along. So thank you, Adam. I've now met all of your challenges. I look forward to you contacting me so we can have this debate. Let's do it. And your chosen registered charity benefits to the tune of approximately £2,500. That's not anything to be sniffed at, is it, Adam? And you don't have to win, just turn up and debate, and that's enough to get you the money. All done, Adam. I look forward to an email from you, mr-sensible@hotmail.com, and then we can arrange which channel we both can agree to debate on, moderated of course for fairness. Straight after the debate, I will make my payment to your registered charity of choice and ask everyone else who's pledged to do the same. I mean, after all,
won't somebody please think of the children?
we already have hashtag debate Mr. Sensible. I'm sure you don't want hashtag Yellow Earth Observer trending now, do you? Look forward to seeing you all again soon. Until then, stay sensible.